The first time I stumbled across the Bhagavad Gita, I wasn't even looking for it. You know how the internet throws random stuff your way? It was around 3 a.m., that sacred hour when the internet becomes a wormhole of existential crisis. This one hit like a cosmic slap to the face. Yes, even lazy person like me can spiral down those late-night rabbit holes. And suddenly, I found myself gripped by a tale of a war-torn battlefield. But this wasn't just any battlefield. This was Kurukshetra, a scorched wasteland of shattered nerves and moral paralysis. And at the center of it sat the great warrior Arjuna, slumped in his chariot, too riddled with angst to even lift his bow. This wasn't a story about physical war. It was the war inside. What if I told you that your own inner struggles, your guilt, your confusion, your fear of right and wrong, are being played out on an eternal battlefield, and you are the warrior too scared to fight? Let's start with the scene. Two massive armies stand poised for slaughter. Generals sound their conch shells. Swords are sharpened. War drums pound like the pulse of impending doom. And then Arjuna, the hero, has a meltdown. Imagine that. The greatest warrior of his time, suddenly deciding that maybe all this killing isn't worth it. He looks across the battlefield at men he grew up with, friends, mentors, even family. And he's hit with a tidal wave of guilt and horror. Why are we doing this? Why should I kill my own blood for a throne I don't even want? His soul revolts. I mean, wouldn't you feel the same if you were about to torch your own family reunion? This isn't just indecision. It's the collapse of a man's entire identity, right there in the dust and noise of an ancient war. Arjuna is every one of us who's ever been paralyzed by a moral crisis, torn between duty and conscience. And then enters Krishna, not just some random guy driving the chariot, but, an avatar of the Supreme Being. Casual, right? He looks at Arjuna, crumpled in existential despair, and drops knowledge bombs that could make the hairs on your mortal neck stand up. First, he hits Arjuna with this: the soul never dies. You're worried about killing these men? Their bodies may perish, but their souls are immortal. Talk about perspective. Krishna lays out a cosmic truth. Life and death are illusions. The soul transmigrates, shedding one body like a snake sheds skin. This isn't just mystical hoo-ha. It's how humans have tried to deal with death for millennia. Your body, just a rented suit. The soul, it's pulling the real overtime shifts. But Arjuna is still stuck. Because even if the soul is immortal, he's got another problem: duty. Krishna reminds him that as a Kshatriya, a warrior, it's his dharma, his sacred obligation to fight. Not out of personal ambition, but because it's what he was born to do. Think about that. You've got a role in this world. Whether you love it or hate it, ignoring your purpose isn't an option. This dilemma is everywhere in modern life. Should you follow your dreams or stick to your responsibilities? And here's Krishna saying, fulfill your role, even if it sucks. Because even doing your own job poorly is better than doing someone else's perfectly. Boom. Truth grenade. Duty isn't about personal gain. It's about cosmic order. But Krishna isn't done. Now he starts talking about desire, that insatiable fire inside each of you that keeps you addicted to the material world. He tells Arjuna, your real enemy isn't across the battlefield. It's inside you. It's desire. Desire fuels the cycle of karma, birth after birth, craving things you can never truly possess. Status, money, sex, power, whatever your poison. The more you feed it, the more it devours you. And the result? You're trapped in illusion, endlessly chasing shadows, making the same mistakes over and over. Krishna calls this the bondage of action. You can't escape it if every move you make is driven by what you hope to get in return. And then comes the twist. Krishna offers a way out, but it's not what you think. He doesn't tell Arjuna to renounce the world, go live in a cave, or meditate under a tree. No, Krishna's solution is both savage and simple. Act without attachment. Your obligation is to the action, not the result. Let that sink in. You humans obsess over results, win or lose, profit or failure, praise or criticism. But what if you just stopped caring? What if you did what you were supposed to do, without worrying about what it gets you? That's what Krishna offers, a way to break the chains of desire. Focus on the act itself, not the outcome. That's true freedom. Then Krishna drops the big one, bhakti, or devotion. But not the pray and get what you want kind of devotion. This isn't transactional. True bhakti is selfless. It's about surrendering yourself to something higher without expecting anything in return. The ultimate act of devotion, Krishna says, isn't kneeling in prayer hoping for blessings. It's living with such dedication to duty and righteousness that you vanish into the act of service. This is a cornerstone of Hindu philosophy and a gut punch to anyone who's ever tried to bargain with the universe for a little luck. And then, just when Arjuna thinks he's grasped it all, Krishna reveals himself, not as a man, but as the full-blown, all-encompassing cosmic form of the divine. Picture it. Krishna's body expands, countless arms, infinite eyes, every god and creature swirling within him. It's beautiful and terrifying. Arjuna watches entire armies rush into Krishna's mouths, obliterated. Time itself is Krishna, the creator, the destroyer. Everything you hold dear, reduced to dust in the blink of a cosmic eye. And that's when Arjuna finally gets it. The choice was never his. The battle is already decided. Krishna tells him, these men are already dead, destroyed by divine will. Arjuna is just an instrument of the cosmos. His role? Do his duty. So what does he do? He picks up his bow. But this time, not with fear or doubt. He understands now. He's a cog in the divine machine, and all he can do is play his part. Krishna dismantles the human obsession with control. He shatters the illusion that our actions shape the world. Yes, you fight. Yes, you work. But the design? That's out of your hands. Arjuna becomes a warrior again. But now he fights in alignment with divine will, not ego. And Krishna doesn't stop there. He introduces the concept of the three gunas, the natural forces that shape everything. Sattva, clarity, goodness, harmony. Rajas, passion, desire, activity. Tamas, ignorance, inertia, darkness. These qualities drive your thoughts, desires, and actions. And here's the trick. To master life, you have to rise above them. Recognize what guna is influencing you. Detach from it. That's the real challenge. Not killing enemies, but overcoming desire, ego, and ignorance. And finally, Krishna lays out the concept of nishkama karma, selfless action. Act without expecting anything in return. That's the key to peace. That's how you escape disappointment. That's how you win. Arjuna's real victory wasn't killing anyone. It was dropping the weight of doubt off his shoulders. It was realizing that duty, selflessness, and devotion are the keys to freedom. And guess what? You don't need to be a warrior to understand this. Your battles might not be with swords and arrows. They're with anxiety, with uncertainty, with impossible choices. The Bhagavad Gita isn't a war manual. It's a guide for living in a world of chaos. So what's the takeaway? Stop trying to control everything. Do what you're meant to do. Act without attachment. Devote yourself to something bigger than yourself. And trust me, the weight you're carrying will feel a lot lighter. Thanks for sticking with me on this epic journey through the Bhagavad Gita. If this hit home, smash that like button. And if you want more cosmic level wisdom in your feed, you know what to do. Subscribe. Until next time, keep fighting your battles. But remember, you're not alone. And the war inside you has already been won. See you on the other side.